the understanding of divorce or even male infidelity is so often accepted in other cultures. I mean, paying the price for our bride, paying the price for defending our bride, who's the church, our wife, requires us to really sustain exclusive, permanent union of marriage that's open to life. That's open into life, and that honors wedding vows. That honors wedding vows. I've had an eye-opening experience being a priest, meeting with couples preparing for marriage. Like, right now I have 15 weddings next summer, and last week I met with 8 couples that are preparing for marriage. And it just floors me where so many of the 15 weddings I have, 12 are living together already before they're married. So 12 are living together. I had this couple come in, and I just, a number of these weddings I just kind of was handed. And I said, well, why are you getting married in the church? Well, because they had no desire to practice. They have no desire to be involved in a life of faith. Well, because my mom is making me. Our mom said you have to get married in the church. It's almost an intention against freedom. You know, they're not even approaching the marriage freely. And then I talked about children. Well, we'll only have 2 children. No matter what, we're only going to have 2 children. And I'm thinking, okay, so what are you telling me? That if you have a third, you're going to abort the child? I mean, what are you saying? Like, an openness to children here, you know? So we have freedom in marriage. We have procreation, openness to children, permanence. The same couple, the woman told me that in the 8 years that they were dating, she's been unfaithful 3 times. 3 times. And she's telling me this in front of her fiance right here. Like, she's very open about it. Like, is that an intention against fidelity? Like, right there? And like, we look at this situation, we're like, oh, how horrible. That must be. It's not totally out of the ordinary. I mean, it's where couples are coming right now within marriage. You know, so we talked about freedom, openness to children, permanence, and free. Totally giving themselves to one another. They started talking about finances and how they won't share finances because he can't trust her. He can't trust her with the finances. And I'm just thinking, like, why do you want to get married? Like, those are the essential aspects of marriage, like a free, total, faithful, fruitful marriage. You know, that's the sacrifice that each one of us are called to make, like within the context of marriage. That men are called to make within the context of marriage, and they're having like an intention against all of them. So I immediately called the tribunal and said, "Help!" Because what do you do? You know, what do you do in those situations? And yet they're becoming more and more common, more and more common. Those are the wedding vows. I just like to briefly touch on honoring wedding vows. Like, how does a man honor their wedding vows? I think one of the ways in which men in our culture are completely destroying their wedding vows is through pornography. And, I mean, you know it. Pornography, I just looked up some statistics. Pornography is a $13 billion industry annually. $13 billion. 35% of all downloads are pornographic. 47% of Christians have identified pornography as a major problem in their home. 90% of 8 to 16-year-olds have viewed online porn. This is just crazy. This is like we talk about honoring our wedding. What is tearing apart our wedding vows? It's the man being an adulterer. Like, it's the man infidelity and treating women as objects. This is, and it's such a trap. It's such an addiction. It's such an addiction for people. So how does a man? I was trying to think, even as a confessor, how does a man get out of the cycle to be faithful to wedding vows and to get out of the cycle of pornography? The first thing I could think of is the Eucharist. The Eucharist. As a man, if our eyes are fixed intently on love of our Lord in the Blessed Sacrament, what a contradiction a pornographic image is. And if we realize that in the Holy Eucharist, not just are we gazing upon our Lord, but he is gazing right back into our eyes, how that makes us want to totally have custody of our eyes when it comes to images, inappropriate inappropriate conversation. When we think of the Lord gazing right into our eyes, I guess I'm bringing up this because it's such an issue. We have to be standing firm when it comes to pornography. We have to remove the temptations for our life. In our lives, if the computer is a temptation, get rid of it. If the television is a temptation, get rid of it. I know a priest in Milwaukee who everyone thinks is crazy because he no longer uses, he has his office computer, and that's it. He has his office computer not in his office, but in this open area in the parish, and that's the only computer he uses. He's never said why.